Good afternoon and welcome to the January 8th Planning Commission meeting. My name is John Huber. I'm the chair of the Planning Commission, and I'll be conducting today's meeting. Assisting me today is the Executive Director of the Knoxville, Knox County Planning Commission, Amy Brooks. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mr. D'Armond.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Browning.
Here.
Commissioner Levinson.
Here.
Commissioner Boyer. Commissioner Barger.
Here.
Commissioner Overton. Commissioner Perez.
Present.
Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
Commissioner Butler.
Here.
Commissioner Biggs is excused. Commissioner Daly. Here. Commissioner Gill.
Here.
Commissioner Midas. Commissioner Shuck. Commissioner Huber.
Here.
That's 13 present, sir.
Thank you, sir. Participating in the meeting with me today are planning commissioners who have been appointed by the mayor of the city of Knoxville or the mayor of Knox County. We receive no salary and volunteer our time as a service to our community. We will be supported by our professionally trained staff, representatives from the city and county engineering and permitting departments, as well as other agencies. Now a word on how discussion will take place. I hope all of you had an opportunity to review today's agenda package on knoxplanning.org. In addition to today's agenda, the website contains information about how today's meeting will be conducted, as well as the correspondence on individual cases. I will call each item on the agenda and read our staff's recommendation for that item. Once an item is called, the applicant, or those in support of the application, will be allowed to speak first. They will have a combined 5 minutes to speak on the matter. The applicant may defer their right to speak on the matter first to the opposition if they so choose. Likewise, anyone opposed to an application will have a combined 5 minutes to speak on the matter. If either the applicant or the opposition wishes to have an opportunity for rebuttal, they will need to reserve any remaining time from their original 5 minutes. Because of the number of items we have on our agenda today, groups in favor of or opposed to an item are asked to appoint a spokesperson to represent them. This might come into play today. I know there's some definite opinions on item number 22, and there's a lot of folks here that want to speak, so we'll try to consolidate that. Item number 12, that we'll need to try to consolidate some of that speaking time. All speakers for or against should limit their remarks to the facts of the case and should avoid repeating information that has already been presented to the Planning Commission by previous speakers. The Planning Commission may grant additional time for presentation of information if they so choose. If you have any items you would like to make part of the record, please submit those documents to knoxplanning.org/share or hand them to one of our staff members located on your left. Please identify the file number and meeting date in your submittal. Many of the items we vote on today will require further action by either Knoxville City Council or the Knox County Commission. For matters that are forwarded to City Council for final action, the applicant or their representative should be present at the meeting at which it is considered. For matters forwarded to the County Commission for final action, the applicant or the representative must be at the meeting. If the applicant does not show up at the meeting, at a minimum, the item will be postponed and could potentially be denied. If you have any questions regarding the meeting date or process, please contact one of our planning staff. Today's meeting will be conducted in the order of the agenda. Please stand as you are able as Vice Chair Levinson leads us in the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, thank you for that. And our legal help, Tasha, is normally here. She's not here today, but I think we have, I count 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 attorneys on the board. So I think we'll be okay from a legal standpoint. Okay, so next on the agenda are the postponement and withdrawal lists. I will read the list separately. Item number 18, automatic postponement, re-subdivision of Lot 10 and part of Lot 9 of Sun Ott Estates, postponed automatically for 30 days. Item number 29, automatic postponement for 30 days, Elite Construction on Bakertown Road. We do not need a vote on those. So we will now move on to the automatic withdrawals. We have one automatic withdrawal, number 19, Unique Construct LLC. Again, we do not need a vote on that. Now we will move on to the 30-day postponements, which we will need a vote on. We have one postponement, item number 34, Reliance Development LLC. Are there any other requests for a 30-day postponement on any of the items? Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a first by Nancy Barger, seconded by Vice Chair Levinson to approve. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. We do not have any 60-day. We do not have any 90-day postponements. We do have one withdrawal that will need to be voted. Yeah, we'll need to vote. Yes. So we will need a vote on the withdrawal. It's item number 20, DSSD Development LLC.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the withdrawal of item number 20. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. And that was, again, Commissioner Barger and Commissioner Levinson on the second. We have no tablings. We have no items to be removed from the table. We will now move on to the consent list. The consent list is comprised of items marked with a C for consent. These items are considered non-controversial and are voted on all at once in order to save time. Items listed are in the order they appear on the agenda. Please listen carefully. Once an item is approved as part of the consent list, there will be no further discussion on it. After I read the list, I will pause and give the members of the public an opportunity to remove an item from the list if they so choose. Number 2, approval of January 8th, 2026 agenda. Number 3, approval of December 11th, 2025 minutes. Item number 7, Quality Machine and Welding Co., Inc. Number 9, Taylor D. Forrester. Number 10, Heyo Architecture. Number 11, Charles Pilgrim. Number 13, Allen Sign Company. Number 14, final plat of Thompson Creek, formerly known as Thompson Creek Phase 1. Item number 15, final plat for Hickory Point subdivision. Item number 16, final plat of the Meadows at Pebble Pass Phase 1, formerly known as the Meadows Phase 1. Item number 17, the Haven at Hardin Valley Phase 2B. Item number 21, George Ewart. Item number 23, Smart Hospitality Incorporated, Smart Hospitality LLC, and it will be approved on consent per the staff recommendation of 10 units an acre versus the 12 that was requested. Item number 24, Highland Proper LLC. Item number 28, Belltown Commons. Item number 31, Ned Ferguson. Item number 32, Darlene Parrish. Item number 33, Execution LLC. Item number 36, Belltown. Item number 37, Knoxville, Knox County Planning. Are there any requests to remove any items from the consent list as I have read it? Okay. Seeing none, I will entertain a motion. Oh, I'm sorry, we've got somebody coming down.
Logan Higgins, 133 Southgate Street. We'd like to remove number 10 from the consent list.
Number 10. Okay. All right. Any other removal from the consent list? Do not see that. So Chair will entertain a motion of the consent list, less item number 10 that will be heard at its regular time. Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Barger and a second by Commissioner Levinson to approve. All in favor say aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Very good. We will read number 10 at its original time, which is going to be pretty good. All right. All right. The first item on the agenda is item number 5. Agenda item number 5 is a planned amendment report. There's 2 reports. We'll have 3 motions on a sector plan, a 1-year plan, and a rezoning. The applicant is Andrew Thomas. The property street address is 1210 West Parkway Avenue. The present plan designation is low-density residential, RN2. They're asking for medium-density residential. Existing use is multifamily residential. The staff recommendation is to deny the medium-density residential land use classification because it does not meet the intent of the sector plan and the in-skip small area plan. All right. The staff recommendation on the 1-year plan is to deny medium-density residential land use classification because it is inconsistent with the sector plan and in-skip small area plan. The staff recommendation on the RN4 is to deny the RN4 district because it is inconsistent with LDR, low-density residential classification. Is the applicant present?
Chairman, the applicant was going to join us via Zoom, but there's been some technical difficulties. I think it might be best if we could move him to the end of the agenda.
Very good. We will move item number 5 to the end of the agenda to give Mr. Thomas time for us to figure out the technical difficulties. So we'll hold on that. Very good. We will move on to item number 6. Applicant is Saad Al-Kwargaholi. The location is the west side of Chapman Highway, north of East Fort Dickerson. The present plan is South Water Mixed Use Development Type 2 and CG2 Commercial. The proposed plan is Mixed Use Special District, Chapman Highway, downtown to Martin Mill Pike, and CH1 Highway Commercial. Is the applicant present? Okay, the staff recommendation is to deny mixed use special district SC4 because it is not supported by changing conditions in the area. The staff recommendation on the rezoning as well is to deny CH1 the highway commercial because it is not supported by the adopted plans or changing conditions in the area. So the applicant is present. Is there any opposition with this file?
The reason we want to change it to CH1 is because right now it's just a mechanic's garage.
Ma'am, can you state your name and address for the record, please?
Christy Scarborough,
Okay, and your address?
3109 Chapman Highway.
Okay, and hang on just a second. Again, is there anybody in opposition to this rezoning request? Okay, seeing none, please proceed.
Okay. The reason we're wanting to change it from CG2 General Commercial to CH1 is it is a service garage where we work on vehicles. That is not bringing in enough money to even keep the doors open. So we actually own a car lot on Clinton Highway. We're only wanting to sell about 3 used cars there a month just to generate enough money to keep the doors open, to keep the employees working. So there'll be very little traffic. The cars are actually sold online, but they'll come there to test drive and to pay. So it's not like we're wanting to open a gigantic used car lot. We have a very small parking lot. We're wanting to sell about 3 a month. That's why we were asking for the special mixed use.
Right, understood, and please understand, our goal as a body is not to necessarily understand what your particular use is. It's about the area and what the maps and plans that we have in place are there currently. They were there, we voted on those for a reason, for a contiguous development of that area. So we're not as concerned if what exactly you're doing with the property as in what the base zone is. So just,
Well, we have car lots, 2 of them right before it, and then we have them right after. So, I mean, we're in a line of the car lots.
very good. Commissioner Hill, do you have a comment?
Tossing it to us?
Yes.
Sure. Seeing no other lights, I'd like to make a motion to deny the MUSD SC4 because it's not supported by changing conditions in the area. It seems to be more economic in nature, and the hillside protection, well, it won't matter. It'll be denied. So that's my motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill, a second by Commissioner Gill to deny the mixed-use special district SC4. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
I'd like to make a motion to deny CH1 zoning district because it's not supported by the adopted plans or changing conditions in the area.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Gill to deny the request for CH1 highway commercial. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. And thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is applicant by TT of Knoxville. This is 2 reports. It'll take 3 motions. Again, it's a sector plan amendment, a 1-year plan amendment, and a rezoning. The property is located on the southwest side of Clinton Highway, north of I-640, in the west corner of an existing parking lot. The present zoning is GC commercial and CH1 highway commercial. The proposed zoning is regional RS, regional commercial. The staff recommendation is to deny the RS regional commercial land use classification because it does not meet any of the criteria for a plan amendment. And also, the 1-year plan recommendation is to deny the RS regional commercial land use classification because it does not meet any of the criteria for a plan amendment. The rezoning is to be recommended to deny the IMU, industrial mixed use. Is that right? Yes. Industrial mixed use district because the site does not meet the intent of IMU zoning and there have been no changes or conditions in the area. Is the applicant present?
We are.
Great. Is there any opposition to this rezoning request? Did I hear somebody? Anyone? No one? Okay, very good. If you could state your name and address for the record, please.
Tyler Brown, representing Rogers Petroleum and TT of Knoxville, 4101 Clinton Highway.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Proceed.
We'll let them go first.
There
commission-
is no opposition.
There's no, okay, just making sure. So we're seeking to put in fuel tanks, commercial fuel tanks, not for resale. Gary Yeoman's Ford is going to be using those tanks to fill their cars that they sell and fill cars that they're working on for customers. As of now, they have to get out on Clinton Highway, which is very busy and actually makes it very dangerous for other motorists as well as them and their employees when they could get their fuel on location delivered by us. The only zones that you can have above-ground fuel tanks in the city of Knoxville are industrial mixed use, and there's 2 others, I can't remember, but they're all industrial, which this is a commercial location. These are commercial tanks. So that's what we're seeking to do here to try to make it more safe for the public, get them fuel, makes it better for their business. Across the 2 streets over is industrial mixed use, which can have tanks. We're not seeking to put in 10,000-gallon tanks. These tanks are 21 feet long, 64 inches tall. They meet all the fire codes. I've already been to the city fire department. The only reason they can't have them is because of the zoning. And the small portion that we want is just for the tanks. There's not going to be tanks put all over. It's not going to be, like the terminal that you see on Middlebrook. That's not what this is.
Very good. I see Ms. Hillman reviewed this. I do have a question. In the current zoning, in CG1 or CH1, are those tanks allowed at all?
It's a fire code requirement that above-ground fuel tanks be only in the industrial zones. So IMU is the least intensive, but also IG or IH. If it was below ground, then it would not go against fire code.
So they can put them below ground, just to clarify. They could in this zone. Okay, just to clarify. Commissioner Gill?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I just wanted to say that normally when we're doing these rezonings, as you've pointed out, we're not necessarily considering use, but that's almost impossible in this case, as the entire intent is for a very small, what I think is a definitional example of spot zoning in the middle of a CG. And by in and of itself, I would find it problematic to support that. But the idea that we would be doing to support this would be to circumvent fire codes that are in place for reasons. It's a busy parking lot. It's in the middle of there. And you're certainly welcome to fuel up. I understand that going to Closkutton Highway is difficult for your team, but you can put in underground tanks. And so the purpose of this spot zoning, in my opinion, is to provide an economic benefit that is not supported by the zoning code, and it's certainly not supported by the fire codes that are in place. I think staff got it right, and it's for those two reasons that I want to make a motion to go ahead and deny this per staff recommendation.
Second.
All right, we have a first by Commissioner Gill and multiple seconds. I think Commissioner Daly was first to that. So we have a first and a second on a denial of the request to go RS, Regional Commercial and Industrial Mixed Use. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
And then I'd like to make a motion to deny the IMU district because it does not meet the intent as per staff recommendation.
Yes, and we'll have to do the one-year plan as well. That's my bad. Yes, so this is to deny which one did you pick, Commissioner Gill? The IMU. So this is the rezoning side of it. So this motion by Commissioner Gill is to deny industrial mixed use because it does not meet the intent of IMU zoning. Seconded by Commissioner Daly. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. Now we need one to deny the one-year plan as well.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Gill and a second by Commissioner Daly to deny the RS Regional Commercial Land Use Classification in the one-year plan because it does not meet any of the criteria for a planned amendment. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you. Thank you. So number 10, so we're on number 8 right now though, right? Okay. We are now on to item number 10 that was pulled off of the consent list. The applicant is Heyo Architecture. The present zoning is traditional neighborhood, residential, CG2, general commercial, office, and infill housing overlay. The proposed plan designation was MDR, medium density residential / office. The staff recommendation is to approve MDR residential office land use classification because it would provide a transition in land use intensity and supported by available amenities. The staff recommendation on the one-year plan is to approve the MDRO land use classification because it would provide a transition in land use intensity and is supported by available amenities. With respect to the rezoning, staff requests approval of RN5 general residential zoning district because it is consistent with the recommended land use classification and compatible with the surrounding area. The infill housing overlay would be retained. Is the applicant present?
Yes, Logan Higgins, 133 South Gay Street.
Thank you. I just want to double check, make sure there's no opposition. I assume there is none since it was on consent originally, but you have the floor.
All right, thank you. This is a very last-minute thing that came up in conversation with the property owner, so we wanted to mention it and kind of see how you all want to take it. But some concerns were brought up from plans review about the implications of having the split zone with an RN portion and then also the CG2 portion in regards to parking and landscape requirements, things like that. So we're trying to figure out if there's any way to still work through those issues. But the property owner right now is thinking that they may want to adjust the request to be CG1 for not only the current portion that's CG2, but also for the part that we've currently requested to be RN5. So, we totally understand if this needs to be postponed and discussed with staff some more. I think that would be totally appropriate, but, just wanted to go ahead and mention it, and if there is any initial feedback on that that we should take into consideration, we certainly will. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Higgins. Yeah, I don't know that we're prepared to opine on any other zone that wasn't requested, but I think we could probably move for a postponement if one of the commissioners wanted to make a,
Postpone,
all right, got a
30 days, is that good enough?
30, is Mr. Higgins, is 30 days long enough? Yes. Okay, 30 day. So we have a motion for a 30-day postponement on item number 10 by Commissioner Levinson, seconded by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you. All right, now we are moving on to item number 12. The applicant is Care Cuts. The location is on the northeast side of Clinton Highway, south of Merchants Drive. The current zoning is CH1 Highway Commercial. Existing use is commercial. The proposed use is a social services provider. The staff recommendation is to approve the request for a social service center in the CH1 Commercial Highway District, subject to 3 conditions. Is the applicant present?
Chair, I'm conflicted on both ends of this, so I'm going to step back and not participate.
Very good. Thank you for your disclosure. Is the applicant present? If you could hit the the button down there that.
I am.
You are. There you go. Perfect. And could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Mary Catherine Wormsley, 128 North Shore Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Very good. Thank you. And you can just leave that on. Is there any opposition to this request? Okay. We see we have a few people signed up. Bear with us. We've had a few people sign up and then drop out, and others want to sign up today. So would you like to present your case or defer to?
I would like to defer.
Okay, very good. So first, yep, gotcha. Okay, is Ms. Karen Moore available? No.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Please state your name and address.
I'm Crystal White. I'm 5441 Clinton Highway.
So you're not Karen Moore? Is Karen Moore here?
I am here. I'm going to allow her.
Okay, we just have a list we're going down. That's fine, you can speak. But I do want to, as I had mentioned early in the meeting, there's a lot of people here. Our standard rules are 5 minutes combined.
Sure.
For everybody combined. So if you could do that, do the best you can. I don't have any problem giving you a little bit more time. Sure. But it's not, just want to be clear, it's not 5 minutes per person. Gotcha. It's 5 minutes total on the case. So
no
please, please, Ms. White.
Awesome. So I've lived in Knox County my entire life. I've been the manager of the Knoxville Expo Center for 20-plus years. We regularly deal with trespassing, drug use, mental health crisis, confrontational behavior on our property. These situations require police intervention, which diverts, their care for public safety resources, and it just creates a total disaster. The proposed homeless resource center, which is less than a quarter of a mile from our facility, will just intensify these challenges. Transporting the unhoused individuals 5 days a week into an area that's already vulnerable is just not a good solution. History's shown that it increases loitering, panhandling, violence, all kinds of stuff. The impact extends beyond our facility. Nearby restaurants, hotels, retail businesses, and residential people will experience all of these issues themselves. To be clear, it's not in opposition to helping people in need. It's about location, scale, and preparedness. Placing a high-volume resource center in close proximity to major public events without adequate security, behavioral health systems, services, and accountability measures shifts the burden onto the neighboring businesses, neighborhoods, and everything. We urge that the city to reconsider the placement of the facility, conduct a full impact and safety assessment, and engage meaningfully with the affected stakeholders. Supporting vulnerable populations should not come at our expense.
Thank you, Ms. White.
David Hamilton, I'm an attorney at 1810 Merchants. I also live and have lived for more than 30 years within a half mile of this location. I'm extremely familiar with the location. It does no sidewalks. It is located on a high travel area that has had, during 2024, at least 84 major crashes in the 3 intersections that surround that single location. I am opposing to it because it's an improper use or conversion of the commercial to a spot zoning. And I'll pass the rest of my time.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
My name is Ann McKinney. I'm an attorney who practiced for approximately 48 years in this area. I'm fully retired. I own a building directly across the street from this proposed location. I strongly oppose the approval of this zoning special use. We have already had significant problems with homeless people. I will just tell you one incident. Our groundskeeper is kind enough to come on Saturdays. He was mowing our lawn. He looked up to see a naked homeless person under a blanket sleeping on the entryway to our law firm, which serves wealthy clients who need estate planning and estate tax advice. I shudder to think what our clients would have felt if they had encountered such a sight pulling into our parking lot. We already have issues with homeless, serious ones. This will make them many, many times worse. Please don't do that to the property owners there, and think about the homeless people themselves coming from where they are now to Clinton Highway and trying to cross Clinton Highway that's hazardous to them. Other people will give you more, I'm sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McKinney.
My name is Lynn Kohler. I live at 5935 Talent Road, within a mile of this area. I also represent the Norwood Homeowners Group. On one of the pages, I think it's page 10, the comment was made that the owner has not engaged the surrounding property owners to discuss your request, and they said no, but I plan to prior to the Planning Commission meeting. That has not taken place. As a member of the homeowners group, we would like to invite them on the 15th to come and engage the community and explain what they are doing, how this will help not exacerbate the problem. So we ask for a postponement.
Thank you, Mr. Kohler.
Good afternoon, members of the committee. I represent 5115 Clinton Highway. My name is Alex Moore. Now, I'd like to echo the sentiments of the previous speakers. I believe this is a dangerous proposition for all parties involved. The Clinton Highway has about 30,000 cars of daily traffic, which, with no crosswalks, is extremely dangerous. But I'd like to bring another point to your attention: public opinion. You all are public service representatives, and if you have not taken into consideration the significant volume of public comments you have received on this matter, 70 plus in opposition if you look this morning, then I believe you'll be grossly neglecting your duties as public service representatives. I oppose this, not because I don't support the initiatives, but because I think it's dangerous, and I believe you should take into consideration the people's opinions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. And I think if we could go ahead and maybe, it looks like we got 2 more people to speak. If we could add 2 more minutes to the clock. And then we'll give that extra 7 minutes total to the applicant too, please. Yes, sir.
I'm Matt Caldwell. I'm a graduate of University of Tennessee, majored in real estate and urban development. And this is a special use on a CH1 area. First, I guess, for this to be amended to a special use. And very concerned about the public safety and the location therein. And to place unhoused individuals without vehicles along a CH1 corridor increases the risk of pedestrian injury and fatality while also elevating the risk of serious crashes, injury, and fatality for families traveling on the Clinton Highway area. We're not opposed to Carecuts and its mission at all. This is really just about public safety and location. So I respectfully would ask the commission to consider granting an extension and conduct a careful, comprehensive review and needs assessment of this proposal and its impacts before moving forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Caldwell.
Hello, Kelvin Rodriguez, 5105 Clinton Highway. Just a few sentences. Want to introduce myself. I've not been able to get to know any of the Carecuts individuals. I did bring one concern. It's a very large concern. It was their inability to communicate with us is what is at hand also. This was kept secret from everyone. This is why we're here en masse trying to communicate with you. We may not know the Planning Commission. We may not know everything that we need to say correctly, but I will tell you this was done in secret and no one came to tell us. And please do not think that this is going to be something that is going to not affect just us. It's going to affect the environment, the whole area of Norwood. I ask that you please consider this when you make your decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. We still have, per our list, we still had a couple people that wanted to speak. So I'll just throw it out there if there's anyone who wants to speak against the Carecuts. Any other folks? Okay, not seeing any. We'll move on to. Oh, I'm sorry. We got one. Are you speaking for or against the?
I am against.
Against.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
could you state your name and address, please?
Humberto Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The main point here is that we do not have any ways to try to minimize the many risks that has been stated. There is no any plan to do that. I agree with the other speakers that there is not against what they try to do. The location is the problem, and second, there is no accountability to what's going to happen. Who is going to be responsible to clean that area? Who is going to be responsible when the area goes down and many businesses close? Who is going to be blamed? And I think in part is your duty, as you have said, that you try to improve for the majority of people. 7 years ago, we have moved to that location. We have received a commendment letter from this administration for trying to revive that area. But now you are trying to put a condition that is going to make worse what we are struggling. Thank you for your attention, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. And also, thank you for uploading your letter. We all got that, and I appreciate you sending that in as we discussed. So, thank you. So now we'll move on to the three people with Carecuts, or that want. Well, there's three people that speak for it, but the Carecuts representative wants to speak first, right? Would you mind stating your name one more time?
Sure.
Please?
My name is Mary Catherine Wormsley, 128 North Shore Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee. I am a current advisory board member and previous board president, and also serve as the COO and broker for the applicant, 5200 at Clinton Highway. We own the property. I am here today respectfully requesting the commission vote in favor, along with staff recommendations, to approve the request for a social service center for Carecuts at 5200 Clinton Highway. Thank you, Commission, for allowing me to speak, and thank you to the attendees who are here today in respect to this agenda item. We have applied under the special use application as a social service center. However, we believe we equally fit under a place of worship, or we are exempt under the Religious Exemption Act. We did not think we would face such opposition as we did today by trying to help those in need that are already in this community. Reading through comments online and hearing comments from neighbors, I want to specifically address the concern that this will be a homeless shelter or turn into a homeless camp. This is not a correct description of the operation of this faith-based nonprofit. This is a day center that provides resources to help clients move forward from their current situation. This facility will receive clients during the day on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And it is staffed primarily by volunteers, between 4 and 8 people. A lot of these people are standing here behind me today, and 2 full-time staff members. This is a very different model than what CARM, VMC, the Salvation Army, Relaunch, and the current Care Cuts location offers to the underserved. We have estimated that we will serve between 40 and 60 people throughout the day on Tuesdays and Fridays, and up to 80 throughout the day on Sundays. We estimate a maximum of 28 people inside the building at any given time. In the past 10 years, Care Cuts has evolved, and we will continue to evolve. We are moving from William Street, located in the Mission District, to Clinton Highway to not only tailor the services we provide, but to serve the large population of unhoused neighbors that are currently in this community. In the packet presented in the application, we have named a variety of resources that we will provide, but I want to briefly state some of these again. Care Cuts assist clients with obtaining Tennessee state IDs, birth certificates, both in and out of state. We act as a safe and secure mailing address for our clients. Haircuts and clean clothing are given to those in need. We refer to numerous community partners and agencies who assist with housing, mental health, and substance abuse programs. And we offer a computer lab and phone access during the day. Our intention on Clinton Highway is to act as a hub to reduce homelessness, not to promote or add to it. Care Cuts staff, volunteers, and board of directors have spent a decade learning what program makes the biggest impact. This facility is modeled after the Day Center in Johnson City, which is operated by ETSU's College of Nursing, and it's been in existence since 1981. As the property owner, we've been contacted by several concerned area business owners, and I want to share a very brief snippet of a recent conversation between one of my coworkers and a business owner. While agreeing with my coworker that the services that we offer are needed in the community, but when asked about where those services should be located, his response was, "I don't know, in the middle of nowhere." Think about that for a minute. Where's nowhere? As the old adage says, you can't be upset by the results you didn't get with the work you didn't do. Care Cuts is ready, willing, and capable to put in the good work in this community. Care Cuts has success story after success story of its positive impact in the community. And I know their time on Clinton Highway will be nothing short of impactful. Thank you for your time, and again, I respectfully request that you support staff's recommendation.
Thank you, Ms. Wormsley. We have 3 more people to speak for. Now, we're down to about 2 minutes now, so we have Judge Cerny. Would you like to approach? You can state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Chuck Cerny, and my address is 400 Main Street. Thank you for hearing from me. I want to say howdy to my friends on this commission, and howdy to my friends in the opposition. I know some of y'all. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate y'all. Our unhoused neighbors are all around us. They're already in and near this location. That's point number one I'd like to make. Two, allowing Care Cuts to operate their ministry in this location will reduce the burden on this area because persons who are nearby will go from desperate to secure, compromised to productive, and potentially justice system involved to law-abiding. I have seen it happen in the past, and it will happen again. Point three, the primary leader of this organization is Marty LaRue Baker, and she's one of the most unselfish and compassionate persons I have ever met. She has the support of law enforcement and many other nonprofits and agencies across the city, including but not limited to my own mental health court that I have started with the cooperation of other stakeholders in this community. And we have had success stories where citizens who are otherwise hopeless have turned into productive, law-abiding citizens. We've reduced recidivism as a result of that partnership. But don't make this decision based on the fact that Marty's a sweetheart, a nice person. Don't make this decision because this is a faith-based operation and we all want to feel good about doing nice stuff for poor folks. Make this decision because this facility for their ministry used in this way, in this location, will help Care Cuts, help the unhoused to find housing, the unemployed to get jobs, and it will actually make the community safer and better and more compassionate place for all of us. Thank you for listening to me today. It's nice to see y'all.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge Sherney. Yeah, we have two more folks to speak for the application. Is Raul Miguel here, or is Vivian Shipe? And I think we probably ought to add, one more minute, and we'll also give the opposition one more minute as well. If you could state your name and address, please, Ms. Shipe.
Vivian Shipe, 3615 Martin Luther King Avenue. I've come to speak in support because one thing that people need to understand is that we know of over 2,300 unhoused in the city and the county. They are everywhere. They are also on Clinton Highway and Merchants Road. This project, and I've known Marty since the very beginning when she first started, is going to be life-changing. And we have to be bold enough to step up and say we are only as great as the least of us. To be able to get this facility set up based on the model that she has given is the first step of doing this all over the county. The only way we are going to solve the problem is to face it head on and to understand that those that are out there are not just those that are drug users. There are unhoused families, there are veterans, there are aged out youth, there are people, and with this new change, with this 2026 healthcare, you're going to see so many more that are going to have to choose housing or food or medication. I come before you, ask you to be bold enough to make the first stand of many that you will have come before you, because should this work, we need it north, south, east, and west in the county. Please say yes and let us help the least of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Shipe. Yes, you have 1 minute if you'd like to speak, please. State your name and address for the record.
So my name is Corrine Moore, who you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
I own a small business right across the street from the proposed location of Care Cuts. There are several issues that have already been discussed that are a concern for our entire community. I respectfully disagree that this qualifies as a place of worship. There is no plan for any kind of altar. I don't believe that Miss Marty is ordained, and they have no chaplain or degree of being able to call it a place of worship. So I do not feel like they qualify for that. Really, our desire is to have somebody come and speak about personally what this is really going to look like. In Exhibit A, you see already that they will have an estimate of 28 people at any given time. They don't have enough parking spaces for 28 people.
Interesting.
So,
you have about 5 seconds, ma'am. Ms. Moore.
okay, there's not enough parking spaces, and then that it will all go over to the businesses around them, and that is going to be a detriment to all of our businesses. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. We're going to send it to commission now, sir. Mr. Rodriguez.
Anyway,
Okay.
appreciate your time.
We'll give you about
But-
20 seconds.
Yeah,
Give me
20 seconds. Whatever has presented here, it is theoretical. They have no experience with the model they want to present. And that is a problem because the chances that that is going to succeed is very low. Chances that is going to be successful because there is no experience, there is no any other program the way they want to describe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. We've got about 20 seconds for care cuts. If anybody from care cuts wants to make a last comment.
I would like to respond to that last comment, sir. We have been in existence for 10 years. I just tried to ask Marty how many people she put in housing alone. I would say hundreds, if not closer to 1,000 at this point. Every program that I mentioned in my speech is currently going on at Care Cuts on William Street. So I just wanted to respond to that misinformation.
Thank you, Ms. Harmsley. No, we're done. No, we're going to commission, sir. We're going. You cannot speak. No, it's okay. We're going to commission. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. So I see Matt Anderson. Commissioner Anderson has a comment.
I do have a comment. I know Commissioner Overton's light was on before mine. Do you want to?
You got it.
Okay. So I feel like I'm situated well to speak on this since I have recently not supported something that had a very good mission behind it because of what I thought were appropriate reasons, although I came around. But in this case, I listened to the opposition and I listened to the applicant, and I feel like a lot of what's being said is not relevant to the decision that needs to be made today. The staff lays out the standards for evaluating a special use, and I think that this meets all of them. I do think that, and I will say that one of the things that bothers me a little bit about the opposition is that it seems to be like an assumption that Care Cuts isn't going to do any good, and that you already have this problem in this area and that it's just going to get worse. There's not going to be any improvement. But the whole mission and kind of, I guess, track record of the organization is to try to make things better. Now, I understand why you don't love the idea of having the population and the problems that are there, but to talk about a naked person sleeping and then say it's going to bring homeless people to the area seems like they're already there. And so if they're already there, then why not give the people there a chance to get help? And I'll also say that sometimes things aren't perfect, and it may be that there's a building owner that's willing to do something with this building to allow it to be used for this purpose that may not exist a few blocks away. And so I think, again, and I'll let others speak before I make a motion, but for me, it meets the standards to approve it on a special use, and I don't see why it would not get approved.
Thank you, Commissioner Anderson. Commissioner Overton, I apologize. I'm still getting used to the new system.
It's all good. No worries. I have a question and then a comment. My first question, I don't know if anyone from the law department is here to speak, but I am curious what their position is or whether they've evaluated the religious land use exemption. Yeah. Anybody?
Do we want to call? All right. I believe we have a city representative from the law department.
Yes, sir. Christina McGrath, Tillery City Law Department. We have not had a chance to evaluate that. Was something that was brought to our attention just today. Thank you. Yep. I don't want to comment because I am a lawyer, and I feel like if I say my opinion, people will take it as gospel, and I don't know enough about it to say that. But I will say that religious organizations do qualify under the act. They don't necessarily have to be a church. So outside of that, I guess, I echo Commissioner Anderson's thoughts here, especially where he says, hey, we've already got a problem here and we're now going to oppose a service coming in to help people. Frankly, I'm sick and tired of people talking about homeless people as if they're not people, as if they're just a problem to be exterminated. They are individuals. They're individuals just like us. I live downtown. I interact with homeless people every single day. They have the same wants, needs, desires that we have. They just might be a product of their circumstances. And everyone can say, oh, they made bad decisions. I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life. I just happen to be born to a family that could afford to live in Farragut. So I think we all need to look in the mirror and say, as a community, is it more important to us to, help people, as particularly when we're putting that service in an area that needs it, in a zone that justifies it? Or is it more important that we're not uncomfortable or that we're worried about our property value? I think that's one of the most morally depraved arguments I've heard in a long time, and I'm worse off for having to have heard it. Frankly, a lot of people in this community, given the demographics, went to church last Sunday, going to go to church this Sunday, and they haven't opened the book of Matthew, where Jesus says, what you do unto the least of these, you do unto me. And you don't have to believe in Jesus to believe that that is true, that that's a good message. So frankly, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know why we're debating this so much. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the special use per staff recommendation.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second, a motion from Commissioner Overton, my apologies, and multiple seconds again. But I'd like to leave the floor open still. We'll give it to Mayor Boyer, Commissioner Boyer on the second. But we'll go keep the discussion open with Commissioner Gill.
Okay, so I'll be brief. Since there's a motion on the floor, I just wanted to echo what Commissioner Overton and Commissioner Anderson said. I think that, for starters, I did read every single comment put in by the public, and I do appreciate the opposition. This is a contentious issue. This affects where you live, and it affects the quality of your life. And so I appreciate and understand that you have reservations. However, you do have neighbors, as is pointed out in many of those comments today, as by other commissioners, as by the people who are bringing here, that these people exist as your neighbors already. The unhoused population in your neighborhood are already there, and it strikes me as odd that in a situation where we have a problem to solve, that we would deny services. That's like trying to solve obesity by closing grocery stores and expecting people to eat less because they can't get food. When in reality, what they'll do is they'll find those services somewhere else in the least efficient and probably the least helpful way possible. A lot of the impacts that we have in these neighborhoods are because people cannot find the services that they need in order to survive. And by not providing them those services, you're only exasperating the problem. So I'm in support of the staff recommendation of this. I think, as Commissioner Anderson pointed out, on a purely land use specification, regardless of the use, although we are considering it, this is not a rezone, this is a special use. We are going to consider the use, but it does meet the qualifications for reuse, and I'm in support of it.
Thank you, Commissioner Gill. And just as a plug, too, there is always an option for you to ask above the City Council, whatever vote happens today from the opposition, you can always appeal it. Commissioner Browning.
Oh, thank you, Chairman Huber. I would like to sympathize with the opposition, but I'd like to give my personal experience with this. I'm a small business owner, and I own property around the Walden, Agnes Drive area in the Bearden area. And about 10 years ago, we had a tremendous crime and homeless problem over there. And, I can relate to the naked guy, sleeping in front of my office. We had a religious-based organization called Family Promise that was trying to do the same thing as Care Cuts around the corner, and we just thought it would exasperate the problem. In fact, it has completely changed the landscape of that area. I am a true believer now that broke is temporary and poor is forever. And when there is support for people that have had bad things happen to them that they can't control, I can tell you as a fact, it actually increased the property values in our area and made it a much better place.
Thank you, Commissioner Browning. Commissioner Barger.
I'll keep this brief too, and thank you to Commissioner Gill for pointing out that it's a special use on review. I was going to point that out too. And like Commissioner Browning, personally, I was raised in West Knoxville, great family, but my brother was a drug addict and my brother was homeless for 10 years. And my issue with it, with the opposition about, I think that there's a misconception that they're going to be busing people into care cuts, and that's just not what happens. They're trying to take the gentleman that's naked sleeping on your front porch, and they're trying to clothe him and help him find a job and get mental services. Like I had only hoped for my brother, who died 5.5 years ago, of a fentanyl overdose. And had he been able to find services like this, I think that he would still be a father of 4 today in our community. If this was right next to me in West Knoxville, I would vote yes all day long. If this was next to Commissioner Overton downtown, I would say yes. If it was next to Commissioner Daley's business, I would say yes, because this is what is needed in our county to reduce homelessness and to get people the proper services that they need to be able to be thriving citizens in our community.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Barger. So we have a vote and a second on the floor. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Congratulations and good luck, Care Cuts. So the next item on the agenda is item number 22. The applicant is Kevin Griffin, Clean Slate Realty LLC. Location of the property is on the north side of Ball Camp Road and Daybreak, northeast of Ball Camp, Byington Road, Middlebrook Pike. Size of the tract is 7.83 acres. Present zoning is planned residential at 2.5 units per acre. And the density requested is 5 units per acre. We have, looks like one person signed up in opposition. Is the applicant present?
I am.
Okay. Could you state your name and address?
Kevin Griffin, 3523 Rains Lane.
Okay. Is Kelly Graham, no wait, Ashley Poe, my apologies. Is Ashley Poe available? We're just going to give him a second to disperse here. Is there an Ashley Poe here? Ms. Poe, going once.
I did reach out to Ashley and spoke to her on the phone prior to this.
Very good. So we will, assuming Ms. Poe's not here, we've called her name 3 times. You have the floor, Mr. Griffin.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me come in today. My name is Kevin Griffin. I'm the owner at 9717 Ball Camp School Road. Wanted to, walk through the rezoning. We're looking at planned residential up to 5 units per acre, confirm alignment with Knox County planning policy, discuss the requested off-site roadway improvement to ensure it's proportional and workable for a project of this scale. The property is located within the county's planned growth area, where the comprehensive plan directs residential development at densities supported by existing and planned infrastructure. The requested density is consistent with the planned residential zoning district and aligns with the future land use map. From a policy standpoint, this request advances infill and efficient land use in an area already served by utilities, schools, public services, rather than pushing development into rural or agricultural designations. The site has direct access to Ball Camp School Road, served by West Knox Utility District, water and sewer, and falls within Karnes Fire Department service area. Topographically and environmentally, the site does not present unusual constraints. Stormwater can be handled in accordance with Knox County engineering, public works standards. Overall, the site is capable of accommodating the proposed density without creating infrastructure deficiencies. The surrounding areas include a mix of residential uses, along with the Ball Camp Elementary School immediately adjacent, Ball Camp Park nearby, Planned residential zoning provides design flexibility such as buffering, internal circulation, and building placement that helps address compatibility more effectively than conventional zoning. This zoning classification allows the development to respond to adjacent uses while meeting county standards for access, safety, and function. I'd briefly like to discuss the off-site roadway improvement. As I understand it, staff has requested widening the road between Middlebrook Pike and the project entrance. Consistent with Knox County road standards, I understand the safety rationale, and I'm committed to ensuring safe access. My concern is proportionality. This is an off-site improvement that benefits existing residences, the elementary school, park traffic, and the broader corridor, not solely the incremental impact of this development. For a townhome project of this scale, the cost of constructing a section of road is a substantial portion of the overall budget for the project. I'm not asking to avoid the improvement, but rather to discuss whether a shared or alternative approach could be appropriate, whether that's participation by the county, reimbursement through a capital improvements framework, or another mechanism that recognizes the broader public benefit. My goal is to work collaboratively with the commission to reach a solution that maintains safety standards while remaining proportional to the project's impact. I've already reached out to the Knox County engineering staff, and they have already told me that they are willing to work with me on some of this, but just want to open that up for discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin. I'm going to throw out one more time to Miss Ashley Poe. Is Miss Poe here by chance? Okay, I don't see her. So honestly, I think this probably would have been on consent had we not had somebody request to speak, Ms. Poe, but since she's not here, I don't think it's very controversial. It sounds like you've reached out to engineering. I know they're great to work with within their limits. We're not the body you would talk to about any type of road improvements or anything like that. You would just work directly with county engineering on that.
Perfect.
Commissioner Levinson.
Are you all good with the conversations that you've had, Mr. Elliott?
Yes, yes. And we actually, Jim emailed with Kevin yesterday, so
Yes.
we'll gladly talk with him once he gets approval, once he gets a development plan. We'll talk about if we would have any participation in the widening.
Okay. I move we approve as per staff recommendation.
Got a motion by Commissioner Levinson, a second by Commissioner Anderson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we are on to agenda item number 25. The applicant is Masana Investments. Location is on the south side of Strawberry Plains Pike, east of Wooddale Church Road. Property is 13.91 acres, zoned agricultural. The request is to be zoned to planned residential up to 9 dwelling units per acre. The staff recommendation is to approve planned residential with up to 9 dwelling units an acre because it is consistent with the adopted plans. Is the applicant present? I see Mr. Davis, if you could come up. There is one person signed up in opposition. Four. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm used to the opposition. There is someone here to speak for you. Kelly Graham? There. Kelly Graham. I don't see a Kelly Graham.
I really just enjoy the chance to spar with Mr.
All right,
Davis.
If you can state your name and address.
My name's Herb Anders. I live in the Ruggles Ferry Carter community in Knox County.
All right, and for the record, are you for or against?
I'm against.
Okay, you're against. So you've deferred to the opposition. Thank you.
If I may, before I start my comments, I've been unable to find out some information, and it seems that I was going to the wrong department. But there's a city engineering rep here.
Yeah, I talked to Joshua over there, so I've got that
What my
information.
question was, is because this is in addition to 2 complexes that are already going in, the 349-unit apartment complex, and then the Hunter's Ridge, I believe it is, it has 39 lots, and this adds another 125 units, which is over 500 units. And is there a planned traffic signal at Huckleberry Springs and Strawberry Plains Pike. And
And I spoke to Joshua with the city before he left, and he said that there is not a plan to install a signal at that location as part of the apartments that are currently under construction.
okay, so that traffic study showed that there was not one.
There was not a need for one at that
Okay.
time, yes, sir.
Okay. With reference to that, I would like to refer a comment that was in the case file of that, and it says, "The proposed amendment shall not adversely affect any other part of the county, nor shall any direct or indirect adverse effects result from such an amendment." And I would comment that this complex, along with the other two that were mentioned in this case file, is going to cause an adverse effect at that intersection. It's needed now, and the apartment complex is not near completion. Portions of it are, it's a progressive type thing they're doing there, but they've stubbed a road in front of the Holiday Inn at the corner of this development, the 349-unit apartment complex, and like I say, in some people's opinion, the signal is needed now. So my request, I would ask the commission, and I know the development plan has to be approved and that such thing. I understand all that. That conditions be placed on the approval of the applicant and his request that there be I know the traffic study is going to be done, but I think that serious consideration needs to be given to a traffic signal of that. And also, the density of the unit, in my opinion, is probably a little high for that area and for the road. I know Strawberry Plains is a good wide road. Shoulders are questionable in some places. So, I'm not opposed so much to responsible development, but some of the responsibility lies on the city and the county to see that these things are properly. And if we totally rely on putting a traffic signal onto crash data, that's not being proactive. That's being reactive. And I have heard many people say, well, the crash data is there, we need a signal. The crash data is here, we need a signal. That's not good business for the county and for this community. And they need to be proactive and not reactive. So additional concern that I have is with the additional traffic on Strawberry Plains Pike. And I would invite anyone that has never been at a pickup line on Strawberry Plains at Carter Elementary School, just pack a lunch and sit in the roadway, because you're going to be there a while. It's narrow. There is a small turn lane going into the school, but it backs up way beyond that. I've seen it at least a quarter of a mile back up, waiting on to pick up children. And there are some remedies, and Mr. Snowden and I spoke about some possibilities there. And not only that, the additional students that will go to Carter Elementary as a result of the apartments and the other complexes that are going in. This consideration, and I know what the stats show, but we're behind the curve on being proactive of some of these things. The schools need to provide stacking lanes on property. In my opinion, there's a good example of being proactive. They know what's going to happen when they build the schools or expand the schools or when these developments go in. And serious consideration should be given to being a more proactive approach to some of these developments. And I know that many people in our community are already concerned about the traffic signal.
You got about 30 seconds.
Thank you. Yes. I'm watching you, Mr. Huber. But the serious consideration should be given to the traffic signals, and and your all's evaluation of these projects, not just Mr. Davis's project, but other projects that go in, and it seems to stack. When it stacks up, and then all of a sudden, oh, we got crash data. We need a traffic signal. And also in our school zones, the heavy traffic there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Davis, state your name and address, please.
Yeah, Scott Davis, P.O. Box 11315, Knoxville 37939. It's always beneficial when you're good friends with the opposition. We're good friends, and it's okay if we oppose each other periodically. I respectfully request you all approve as per staff recommendation.
Very good. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, just a comment. I mean, this is the rezoning stage. You know, and this one's a bit unique where the property request is in Knox County, but the intersection he's referring to is in the city of Knoxville. The city representative's already left, but I'm glad there's been a little bit of communication between the two already, but it complicates it a little bit. But it still will have to come through as the, a development plan and concept plan as well, where I think all those get picked up. All those questions start getting answered at that stage. So, yeah, so we're good. Mr. Anderson, we've got getting ready to have Commissioner Midas has a question or a comment.
Well, I was just going to say I appreciate your comments. It's nice to see developments that are not in Hardin Valley and West Knoxville. I know they've had a lot of the concerns that you have experienced out in that area, but I do see that this is a really great location. Straw Plains has a lot of capacity for more development. And if no one else's lights on, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the PR zone with up to 9 dwelling units per acre because it is consistent with the adopted plans and changing conditions of the area.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Midas and a second by Commissioner Barger. All in favor say aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it.
Hey, Happy New Year. Thank you all for your time and your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I respond to your comment about the city-county thing?
You can quickly, the vote's been had,
I'm not trying to change anything, but the traffic studies, irregardless, its location, it's not the city's responsibility or it's what that traffic study is going to show and what it showed for that other. I cannot believe that 349 unit did not require. So when the traffic study is done for this one, it may change regardless of city or county.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. All right, we are on to agenda item number 26. It is a subdivision report. There'll be two motions, a concept plan and a development plan. The location is on East Mead Crest Drive. Applicant developer is 2335 Development LLC. The zoning currently is planned residential up to 7.5 dwelling units per acre. The number of lots requested is 9. The staff recommendation on the concept plan is to approve the concept plan subject to 8 conditions. The staff recommendation on the development plan is to approve the development plan for up to 9 single-family homes on individual lots and reduction of the peripheral boundary as shown on the development plan subject to 1 condition. Is the applicant present?
My name is Stephen Bell. I reside at Canada Geese Way, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, is there any opposition to this request? Mr. Bell, you have the floor.
Just seeking approval per staff recommendation for these 9 fee simple lots.
Very good. I think it's all pretty straightforward. Chair will entertain a motion. All right, we got a motion by Commissioner Barger, a second by Commissioner Anderson. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? We need a motion and a second on the development plan now. We have a motion to approve the development plan for up to 9 single-family houses by Commissioner Barger, a second by Commissioner Anderson. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Congratulations, Mr. Bell.
Thank you.
We will now move on to agenda item number 27. Applicant is Gina Rohoff. Location is on the northeast corner of the intersection of Tipton Station and West Marine Road, north of side of Tipton Station Road. The approximate acreage is 8.678 acres. The zoning is agricultural. The proposed use is single-family lots, and the number of lots is 8. So there is one motion. It's a concept plan. The staff recommendation is to approve the concept plan subject to 6 conditions. Is the applicant present? If you could come down and state your name and address for the record. Is there any opposition on this file? Okay, we have one opposition. This is not, I don't see your name signed up, but if you could work your way down here. Okay, you want to defer to the opposition? Very good. Yes, ma'am. If you could state your name and address for the record, please.
Beverly Cummings, Thatcher, 8207 Rogers Lane, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Our neighbors across the street tried to purchase this property, and they were advised by a former county commissioner that it was in a floodplain and it was not good for residential. And I wanted to know if there were any plans in place to remove it from causing difficulties for the people that purchase the properties.
That's honestly something that's kind of out of our purview. That's property rights, and yeah. Does engineering know anything about flooding over there?
I think what she's referencing is the FEMA flood maps. Is that correct?
I don't have any clue. My family owns the property directly across from it, and it is in a floodplain, and we're not allowed to develop it.
This property has got a floodplain on it, and the landowners will have to comply with the FEMA regulations.
Right, so they can legally subdivide it, but now is it buildable? They'll have to go through all the permitting process, and they'll double check it to make sure that they're not building inside that floodplain and that type of action.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Would you? Okay, you're good. All right, so we have a staff recommendation to approve the concept plan subject to 6 conditions.
Move to approve.
All right, Commissioner Hill moves to approve. The second was Commissioner Daly on the second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, we are moving on to agenda item number 30. This one will have 4 motions. It is a subdivision report, concept plan, development plan, along with alternative design standards. Sorry. And a variance. Right, so let's see. The subdivision is Hunter's Grove. Applicant, developer is Jopa Properties LLC. It's on the northwest side of Ball Road, west of Johnson Road. The zoning is planned residential K, up to 1.7 dwelling units per acre. The proposed use is attached residential subdivision with up to 45 lots. The staff recommendation on the variance, there is a variance, is to approve the variance to reduce the minimum vertical curve K value on Road A at the intersection approach with Ball Road from 25 to 15 based on the following evidences of hardship. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and throw it over to engineering to ask if you guys have reviewed that variance and are comfortable with the 3 reasonings behind their request.
Yes, we reviewed them, and we're in agreement with them.
Okay, very good. So number 2 is the alternative design request. The staff recommends that we approve the alternative design standards based on the justification provided by the applicant and the recommendations of Knox County Department of Engineering and Public Works. I will ask engineering again that you guys have reviewed that.
Yes, we have reviewed and agree with their justification.
Very good. Moving on to the concept plan, staff recommends that we approve the concept plan subject to 9 conditions. The development plan, staff recommends that we approve the development plan for up to 45 attached residential lots in the reduction of the peripheral setback from 35 feet to 25 feet along Ball Road frontage from lots 4 through 7, subject to 2 conditions. Is the applicant present?
Sean Rodriguez with Turner Homes at 11820 Kingston Pike.
Very good, Mr. Rodriguez. Any opposition to this request? Seeing none, you have the floor.
Just ask that you approve per staff recommendation.
Very good. Commissioner Hill, I can see you over there. You got your light on?
Oh, I do. Well, while I got it on, I'll make a motion to approve. How about that?
All right, so you're making a motion to approve the variance, the first, remember there's 4, so the variance.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So we have a motion. Was there a second in the mix?
Yes, there was.
And that was Commissioner Barger was the second on that. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Hill and a second by Commissioner Barger to approve the variance to reduce the minimum vertical curve. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it.
All right, what's the next one you want to approve?
It is the alternative design.
All right, move to approve the alternative design standards as it's noted in the case file, please.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill and a second by Commissioner Levinson to approve the alternative design standards listed in the staff report. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Concept plan.
All right, move to approve the concept plan, subject to the 9 conditions.
All right, we got a motion by Commissioner Hill, a second by Commissioner Barger to approve the concept plan up to 9 conditions. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it.
Motion to approve the development plan for up to 45 attached residential lots and reduction of the peripheral setback from 35 to 25 along the Ball Road frontage for lots 4 through 7, subject to conditions.
Got a first by Commissioner Hill and a second by Commissioner Barger to approve the development plan for 45 lots as stated in the staff recommendation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Now we got one speaker on this. So we have a use on review. Michael Seamer. Mr. Seamer is the applicant. Location is on the east side of East Aiken Lane and North George Williams Road, 1.14 acres. This current zoning is RA, low-density residential. Existing use is a single-family home. Proposed use is a garage apartment. The staff recommendation is to approve the request for a garage apartment in the RA, low-density residential, subject to 3 conditions. Is the applicant present?
Yes.
Okay, is there any opposition to this? Okay, we do have some opposition. I know we have Max Smith signed up. Mr. Smith? So, Mr. Seamer, would you like to defer or speak first?
Yes, defer, please.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Looks like we have a total of 3 speakers for the opposition. And this is Mr. Smith. If you could keep in mind, we have 5 minutes combined for all 3 of you, please.
My name is Max Smith, and my address is 9503 East Aiken Lane. It's adjacent to the particular property we're talking about.
You're good. If you want to just go ahead and,
okay.
And then they can stay.
You may not be aware of our subdivision, but it's in the South Cedar Bluff area, okay? And it has 143 homes, and they're all single-family houses, okay? What we object to basically is all of the garages in our subdivision, except for one out of the 143, all have attached garages, okay? This garage would be one of the 2 then that would be external to the house, the unattached. And we also do not like the idea of an apartment that would be rented out in the middle of our subdivision. This would make some sense perhaps if we had a lack of apartments around us, but we have several hundred apartments all adjacent to our subdivision. We have some other people here who'd like to say something.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Name and address for the record, please.
My name is Diane Battenberg. I live at 9502 East Aiken Lane. I'm 2 doors down from this development. I have lived in my home for 43 years. Everybody moves into our subdivision because it is a single-family home subdivision. People come into our subdivision and raise their children. They stay here for 10, 20, 30 years. We've been there 43. We're concerned with this development down the street. that it has potential to be an Airbnb, and they have enough land, if you approve this development, to build more on this property. I'm concerned that this property could potentially turn into more of a commercial rental property than a single-family home, and we would like to keep our subdivision with the character that it has, which is single-family homes.
Thank you, Ms. Baggenberg.
My name is Stephen Smith. I'm also the neighbor. We're all three neighbors on the same cul-de-sac. The cul-de-sac has 4 homes on it. There are 3 plus the one that Mr. Seymour has, so only 4. It's a very small cul-de-sac, and that's one of the reasons that we're very concerned about the additions that Mr. Seymour is proposing. If it were a large cul-de-sac or a large property, large neighborhood, maybe the impact would not be so great, but we're very concerned about a rental property being added. I understand that, I see him shaking his head, it's not for rental. But the issue is that the zoning change, or the condition that he's requesting, the acceptance, is not necessarily based on the current owner's intent, but it's really more of a question of the dwelling itself and the latter use of the property, should he choose to sell, or if he chooses to rent it later. This is something that we're all very concerned about, despite what he may say today or what his intent may be. Going further on, I just have a couple of minutes here and a few points. I would say that the neighbors in the community, not just the ones that are here before you today, but I've received several text messages from other neighbors. We've been concerned about the property from the time that he's moved in. Undoubtedly, Mr. Seymour has brought a very large degree of beautification to that home and property since he's moved in. There is no question about that. The property prior to his move-in was in a state of disrepair, and I personally like the architectural features that he's added there. I want to give him that benefit. However, in the short amount of time that he's been there, there have been a few infrastructure changes to the home or to the property that we were not aware of until it became something that transpired in front of us. We were very disturbed, all of us, by a large fence, and I realize this doesn't have anything to do with the property in question or the change, but we were surprised that there was a large fence built all the way around the property and up to the street that's 6 feet tall. It's an eyesore on the property. Those are I've received numerous texts about this, and there was absolutely no coordination made between him and the neighbors, myself, nor Mr. Smith, Rex or Max back here. We didn't know anything about it until the fence was up. There was no consideration toward other people in our neighborhood. In my opinion, and in the opinion of other neighbors, that shows us that there's also no consideration as to additional traffic, our security and safety in the neighborhood, or the single-family use in this neighborhood. The entire neighborhood, all of Statesview, is single-family residencies, and we all feel communally that there's no regard to our preference in his cul-de-sac or the neighborhood as to our opinions. We would rather keep our safety and security in the neighborhood and have it be surely a single-family residence. I will say one more thing. I understand that I'm over time. If you choose to approve, if you could put in a provision that would deny any type of rental use for it, because you say it says it's not for rental, if you could put in a provision for that, it would probably satisfy us. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Mr. Seymour.
Yes.
Could you name and address for the record, please?
Michael Seymour, 9501 East Aiken Lane, Knoxville, Tennessee. The house, when I bought it, had a previous garage that was converted to living space, so I went to the city planning and tried to find out how to add a garage. I did it in harmony with the neighborhood, and I don't think it's going to add any noise. It's not meant to be a rental, and I don't think there's anything really wrong with doing what I'm trying to do there, not trying to cause any inconvenience to the neighborhood or anything like that, or any extra noise or traffic like they're saying. So I leave it up to you guys to vote.
Commissioner Levinson.
I move we approve the request for garden apartment in an RA low-density residential zone, subject to the three conditions.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second, motion to approve by Commissioner Levinson, second by Commissioner Barger to approve. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. And I will say this for the neighbors, because I saw one of the comments, because we all read all these comments that come in. And there was a question about the HOA documents and the restrictions of the subdivision that don't allow that type of use. But we have to look at only the land use and the zoning. We don't get into a private document like that. If you had to move that forward, that would be a civil suit if you guys wanted to file any kind of suit to try to stop it. So that's not our purview with the restrictions, but just wanted to pass that on. Thank you. Okay, we have number 5, which we pushed to the end of the agenda because we were having some technical difficulty. Have we had that straightened out? Very good. So we have agenda item number 5. The applicant is Andrew Thomas. The location is southwest side of the intersection of Inskip and Parkway Avenue. The present zoning is low-density residential RN2. The proposed is medium-density residential. This will have 3 motions. We have a sector plan, a 1-year plan, and a rezoning request. The staff's recommendation on the sector plan is to deny the medium-density sector plan land use classification because this does not meet the intent of the sector and Inskip small area plan. The staff's recommendation on the 1-year plan is to deny the medium-density residential land use classification because it is inconsistent with the sector plan and the Inskip small area plan. The staff's recommendation on the rezoning is to deny the RN4 district because it is inconsistent with the low-density residential classification. Is the applicant present via Zoom or?
Yes, I'm here.
Very good, Mr. Thomas. Is there any opposition to this agenda item? I do not see any. Mr. Thomas, could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, Andrew Thomas, 1210 West Parkway Avenue, Knoxville.
Thank you. You have the floor.
Thank you so much for your time. And, I respect the long-range planning work that has gone into the North City Sector Plan and the Inskip Small Area Plan. And we understand the staff's recommendation. Our intent is not to discount those plans, but to explain why the current context supports a RN4 rezoning without undermining the broader planning framework. So while RN4 does allow a range of housing types, the physical characteristics of this property strictly limit what can actually be built there. So under RN4, the practical maximum on this parcel would be 4 units. This is not a request that is going to enable large apartment buildings, nor does it introduce development intensity that would be out of character with the area. What RN4 would do was provide some design flexibility, not density escalation. So the staff correctly notes that the relevant plans were dated 2007 and 2011. Since that time, the Inskip community has experienced meaningful change with the expansion of Inskip Elementary School in 2019, the construction of Inskip Flats, which is a 66-unit building, and Central Terrace Apartments, a 112-unit building, which are both nearby. Continued infill and diversification of housing types throughout the broader neighborhood continues to happen, and the 1-year plan now explicitly encourages growth within the existing urban area. The parcel has characteristics that distinguish it from typical RN2 lots. It is adjacent to a major collector street, which is a key criterion referenced in the planning framework. Nearby properties are substantially larger, meaning RN4 here does not create an isolated or incompatible condition. So to our north, we have a larger than 10 unit, and then across the street, several larger units as well. And then 2 streets up, you begin to get into much larger apartment complexes than what we are talking about here. The surrounding neighborhood already includes, like I said, single-family homes, duplexes, and multifamily uses, reinforcing that this area is not uniform in form. So RN4 must be evaluated based on what can realistically be built. So on this site development, it will remain small scale and residential in character. They mentioned some sidewalk limitations, which, those sidewalk limitations exist also for the larger units. And there was a concern about spot zoning, where this one is, it's on a collector corridor. There is mixed housing context, and it's limited because the site is constrained from development outcomes. We've also, done our due diligence here and carefully gone through other avenues and pursued BZA variance under the new single-family attached designation. We evaluated alternatives, including RN3, but due to the lot size, that was not sufficient. And after speaking with some folks, the BZA variance also was not an option. So we have also engaged with neighbors and have 6 letters stating that they are in favor of us moving forward with this rezoning request. This is really a request tied to realistic development constraints, and we ask that you approve this. Our request is not in disregard to the plans that and mapping that the office has shared, but we believe that the RN4 on this site will support the infill within the existing urban area. It really allows for thoughtful housing flexibility. It remains limited in scale, and it will reflect how a grand portion of NSKIP already looks like and is evolving into. So we respectfully ask that you consider approval as a measured site-specific rezoning that balances long-range planning with the present-day conditions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. So staff's recommended denial. Is there any, are there any questions or comments? The NSKIP area has changed, but there are plans in place as well. So open to discussion on the matter. Commissioner Midas.
Well, I guess I disagree with Mr. Thomas on this. I do think that his proposal goes against the plans for NSKIP. And, I still remember back in 2010 when NSKIP went ahead with their R1A, and it really stabilized that area. I think it's a great place to live. And unfortunately, I think with this lot, it's just too small for it to be MDR. I think staff got it right. Putting 4 units, even though that's not that much on that small lot, will look out of place. And I guess I'll go ahead and, if anyone else has anything else to say, but I'll go ahead and make a motion to deny the request for.
Yeah, there's 3 motions that'll need to be made, one for the sector plan, one for the 1-year plan, and one for the rezoning.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll make, the first one is to deny the MDR land use classification because this does not meet the intent of the sector plan and the NSKIP small area plan.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Midas and seconded by Commissioner Butler to deny the MDR land use classification. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay.
1-year plan.
Deny the RN, nope, I'm not the wrong one.
Yep, the one above it, the 1-year plan.
This one? Yeah. Okay, deny the MDR land use classification because it is inconsistent with the sector plan in the NSKIP small area plan.
Second.
Right, great. So we have a motion by Commissioner Midas and seconded by Commissioner Butler to deny the MDR land use classification on the one-year plan. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. The rezoning, please.
And then deny the RN4 district because it is inconsistent with the LDR classification. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Midas and seconded by Commissioner Butler to deny the RN4 district because it is inconsistent with the LDR classification. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
So that is all of our agenda items. I wanted to see if any of the commissioners had any thoughts or anything they wanted to present.
Chair Huber, I'd like to speak on an item, please.
You are welcome to do so.
All right, thank you. I've asked Nick to put up on the screen this is more about a use definition in general. However, it does relate to the care cuts. It's already been decided, so there's no conflict of interest here. But as I was studying this case and looked at the definitions, I was really surprised at the description of this definition, and hopefully I can read it. A service establishment that provides assistance for those recovering from drug or alcohol dependency, survivors of abuse seeking support, those transitioning from homelessness or prior incarceration, and those with health and disability concerns. It does not include inpatient, overnight, or living quarters for recipients of the service or for the staff. Such service does not include medical exams or procedures or medical detox, dispensing of drugs or medications, or other treatments normally conducted in the medical office. What I want to bring to your attention here, 3 or 4 years ago, we had a group come to Knoxville, and they worked with nonprofits to identify what the need is for drug treatment facilities. And we realized that in our general commercial corridors, where most of the bus service is, where typically if you have suffered addiction, one of the first things you lose is your driver's license. And so being on a bus line is very important. This body recognized that that was not good for our community. And this body brought forth an amendment that now, today, allows drug treatment facilities in the general commercial. You can go to Kroger on Chapman Highway, and I think they've got 3,500 square feet right next to Kroger, treating drug addiction. You're going to say, well, what's this got to do with this? What I'm saying is when you see something that looks unfair in an ordinance, I think we have the right to address it. And what I want to speak to right here is all of those services fit, one, in the zoning that you talked about today. All the services up here fit in the personal service establishment. The differentiation and the reason it gets triggered for special use is because you have labeled a group of people, homeless, drug addicts. Do homeless people carry some type of card-carrying certification that, hey, today I'm homeless, so I can't get the services that I would ordinarily get in a personal service establishment zoning? So that became very troubling to me. I've talked to the executive director, Brooks, about it. I've talked to our attorney about it. They believe there's cause for more conversation among this body. I've talked to Councilor Mullins about it. I've talked to the Plans Review Department. So I've really investigated this matter. But to think that the only reason, and that this goes through special use, the general public could have these same services in this zoning by right. But because we've labeled a group and limited their services in this zoning, that's exactly what we've done. And I just want to shed a light to that. And I would hope that there would be, my colleagues would have some appetite to ask the planning department to come up with something to rectify this. You know, we had another ordinance called that related to familial status, where I think you could only have less than six unrelated people in a single family house. Well, I want you to try to define familial in this modern era. It's very difficult. The Plans Review Department spoke on it, said it's impossible to enforce. They wouldn't know where to begin. So we changed the language to that. So while we strive to be as good as we can be carrying forth our ordinances, I think we ought to take time to look at flaws in our ordinance. And I would invite and take any challenging conversation if you have opposition to it. But I would hope that maybe through suggestion today that all of us would ask our planning department to try to rectify this. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. And yeah, just looking at it, I don't disagree. I mean, mental health is a real thing that we really got to deal with. I mean, it's out there, and it's health. It's people are sick, be it drug abuse or alcoholism or a myriad of other things. And they're in our society, as Commissioner Overton was talking about earlier too. But to me, it's no different than somebody having diabetes or a heart murmur, and you got to take medicine for it. I mean, we would never say, okay, you can have these personal services unless you've got diabetes. You can't come.
Or you're fat and you don't get to participate.
Yeah.
That's a special use because you're fat.
Right.
Or you have cancer.
I don't disagree. Right. Yeah. Cancer would be another good. I mean, we don't choose these things to happen to us. It's unfortunate. And I do think there could potentially be some tweaking of the language of these. I would suggest that, because I'm all about, making things better if we can. That's why we're here as a body, I think. And I would be supportive of asking staff to try to look at this. I mean, one, is it even legal? Could it be considered discrimination? I mean, there's some borderline, potentially blatant discrimination in there. I'm no attorney, but again, there's 4 of them at least sitting in this room, smarter than me. But I can read, and I don't want to discriminate against anybody in our community, because we're all need to be working together. But yeah, I would be for sure, willing to get behind some support on looking at this. Mr. Anderson?
I was just I can't read it, and I'm trying to, read it again, like the homeless, I'm just curious.
It says, social service center definition, a service establishment that provides assistance for those recovering from drug or alcohol dependency, survivors of abuse, seeking support, those transitioning from homelessness or prior incarceration, and those with health and disability concerns. That's kind of the meat and potatoes of it. So we're labeling a class of people, and then we're requiring them to go through a special use, because all these uses that they provide, you can have by right in the personal service establishment.
Okay. I was just curious how I'm assuming homeless is not defined anywhere in our code.
Well, even our government agencies have quit calling them homeless. They say they're unhoused because they don't want to define them as homeless. So now in this ordinance, we're defining them as homeless.
Yeah, and even, dovetailing on that, I mean, we're seeing a lot of people living in their cars, I mean, is that, they're not living on the street, but they're living in a car?
You could have an ID that has an address on it that you don't live there anymore.
Right.
I mean, so how do you really know whether?
You don't. I think that's the whole point.
I think
or you could have a home and you could just choose not to stay there.
You could.
Like some married men.
I think we either put the social service in the personal, what was it? Personal services. Or we get rid of the special use. I think those are the 2 potential remedies.
So you're suggesting eliminate the special use and make it a use by right?
Yes.
I think these are all, very good discussions. Commissioner Butler?
I appreciate you bringing this to light, Commissioner Hill, and I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Very good.
I do too.
I also concur. I would appreciate us looking at that. I think that is an important part of providing Knoxville with the services that it needs.
Director, are you okay with taking a look at it? Of course. Good. Very good. Well, okay. If no one else has any comments, we'll just go with the notion that we've asked staff to look at it, and we'll follow up in 90 days or however many
We'll need
days.
to discuss.
Yes,
Well,
we will.
We will evaluate. and-
It'll go on the workflow that's
Yes, we'll
about
put it on the work program
that
and
long.
give
But,
you all a timeline.
very good. Well, thank you very much, everyone. That is our meeting. We are adjourned.